wanted to share with you a quick walkthrough of my 2018 Week in the Life album. So this black album it's a 6x8. It was part of the release that year from Ali Edwards. If you're not familiar what Week in the Life is, it is a 7-day documentary project created by Ali Edwards, and I'll link to all of that information below so you can learn more about it. But basically it's a deep dive into 7 days of our lives. So this album, let me just show you for comparison, is chunky and full. This was my, let me close this. So 2018 is my second year doing this album, and 2017 was my first year. So these are the albums in their thicknesses. And this monstrosity is 2019. So you can see I've been increasingly jamming my albums full of goodness. And it all is good stuff, but it's too much stuff. So this year I'm hoping to get back to something around this size and a little bit more streamlined, realizing that I do not have to capture every detail. So that's kind of the first thing that pops out to me when I look back at these albums as a set, is that I've included more photos, I've included more words as the years have gone on, and this year I'm really going to have some work to do to figure out what's the most important stuff that needs to go in. So inside I put a 3x4 card. I used the Week in the Life kit, the main kit that came for 2018, and then I supplemented with a bunch of stuff from my stash. So this was one of the cards that I had in my stash. This year had these great giant rubber embellishments. Those were fun to use. A little snippet of who we are right now. So this is just a 3x8 insert. Who we are right now, our ages, who's in our family, what we're doing for work, that kind of thing. So then I started off with a big 6x8 photo, a full-size photo of us, embellished with some circle die cuts. And then on the back, this year we also had these fun hexagon shapes. These are plastic acetate shapes, and then these were journaling cards that I cut down for using this as a template. And then wrote my reason why here. Monday, every day starts off with a 6x8 divider. They're all, I think, slightly different. Yeah, different patterns. And what I did for each one was just add the rubber embellishment straight to that using some red line adhesive so that it doesn't melt or yellow. Each day, and again, I'm following a formula because I've done that in all of my albums. So I have a daily formula for my page protectors and pocket pages for what I include. So it starts with a 6x8 photo using the acetate word for the day of the week, and then a little bit of embellishment. So word phrase sticker, and then some sort of like sticker or puffy sticker or heart or something. And then time-stamped. I don't believe I time-stamped throughout the whole album. I think I just did the first day. I was having a problem with the timestamp because I ordered my photos. This year I had ordered my photos all from Persnickety prints, and I had gotten them in this like matte finish, and the texture of the paper was really slick, and so my date stamp kept slipping, which you'll see at some point. So I just decided not to do that. And then on the back, another full 6x8 photo and the day of the week chipboard that was included in the kit. This was the first year that we had 3x8 inserts. And so that was super exciting to me. I definitely wanted to play with that size. And so this one is a 3x6 photo, and then a little card. Each day I did one favorite thing from the day, and wrote that on the journaling card that was included. For each day this year, I picked a theme that I wanted to focus on. And I've got a little bit, actually. This is my, these are my sketches for what my layout looks like. So I make one of these every year. I just happen to still have the one from 2018. So it shows you where there's photos, where there's words, and what the layout is going to be for each day. Each day I also picked a story theme that I focused on for part of the day. And so that's generally included somewhere in the album. It's not always in this spot, I don't think. But this day I focused on our morning routine and inserted a 4x6 photo of me making the dog's breakfast. And then on the back, I used these cards and used the Eat Story stamp to stamp out the word eating in different colors for each day, and breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And then just wrote a little bit about what we were eating for each meal. You can see here there's a little bit of smudging and sliding on that timestamp. Two 4x6, four 4x6s, another 3x8 insert for the Today's Details page, which is a paper pad that's perforated, so you can either insert them directly into the album or tear them and put them in a 3x8 sleeve. And so I did one of these for each day, which was sort of an hourly report of our day. And then on the back for each day, I used this template from Ali Edwards, which is a week in the life layered template that's 4 2x3 photos on one page. And so I printed those. And then for each day, I've got a 3x4 pocket insert. I include the cork number inside one of the pockets. Again, a little bit of a see-through element. That's something that you'll see consistently in all of my albums. I really enjoy that. And then the day of the week 3x4 card that just had a little bit of extra information. You can see there's not a ton of words included in this. A couple of 3x4 cards here and there. Another 4x6 insert, just holes punched right in the photos, back-to-back photos. But yeah, in 2019, I do my journaling in a totally different way. This is pretty similar. Actually, it's not really similar. I've done my journaling slightly different every year. And then closing out the evening. I don't necessarily I try to work more or less sequentially throughout the day, but like this insert, these are pictures throughout the whole day. Like this is an evening photo. This is a morning meeting that we had. So, you know, I'm working more or less chronologically, but not necessarily. That doesn't bother me that much because it's more a whole view of the day. And then on to Tuesday. Oh, I alternated because I didn't want the album. My initial thought was that I didn't want the album to get too thick in the middle. And so I alternated the rubber pieces on the center in the day of the week divider and the flat acetate hexagons. So this is Tuesday. Again, full photo, day of the week at the bottom, time, and word phrase. Oh, I did times here too a little bit. It's messy. Oh, here's our little story. So this day was things we say to each other. And this was just like phrases, a list of phrases that we say throughout the day, which is fun to look back on. More 4x6s. Mix of black and white and color photos, just depending. If there were really distracting, you know, this is a whole group of like youth that we were working with, and this is a whole group of us. You know, if the color was slightly off or there was too much color, I just made it black and white to make it a little more neutral and easy to work with. 2x3s, 3x4s with our number 2 for Tuesday. I made some of my own cards using the story stamp. So this says evening from the AM PM story kit. Here's another one from the build story kit that I used. This year also came with these wood veneer icons. And so I inked this with just stamping ink to give it a little bit of color. That's the TV. Wednesday, back to a rubber embellishment, alternating that. One thing I noticed, and I talked about this a little bit at the beginning, but just so many more photos. More creative shots, more using my tripod and setting that up. to get myself in the picture. It's just the three of us, so I kind of have to do that if I want to be in the picture, or ask my husband to take them. But like on our morning walks, you know, I started taking photos every day. And this one I did a little bit differently. I used the Wednesday chipboard here because it fit better in this photo than the Wednesday acetate. So that's just on the back. Another 3x8 insert. On the back, my focus for the day was around here. And so just things that I see around our house, and followed by some photos of that. So like our closet, which is fun because that's totally different. Well, not totally different, but it's very different now. And looking at some of the clothes, you know, a lot of these aren't in there anymore. Photos with friends, having lunch. And again, maybe too many photos, right? Like this is both of the same thing. I probably could have done with one. Being picky, being selective. I need to be better about that. Note to self. My husband's snapping a photo of me taking a nap in the car on the way home. Our drive, this is a fun one. So this is 10:14 a.m. on our way to work. We drive through the tunnel, and 1:19 a.m. on our way to work. Because we had we had something, I feel like the alarm probably went off at work, and so we headed back to, I feel like I should have written that someplace, but I can't find where I wrote it. Yeah, long night ahead. Yep, I think that's what it was. I think it was an alarm set off at work, and so we volunteered to go back in and check it out. So again, the same view, just in the middle of the night. And that's a fun way. You could do AM and PM. You could do like your commute in the morning and your commute in the evening, at a similar place on your commute. 2:10 a.m. finally climbing back into bed. Thursday. So Thursday is just a scenic shot in the morning. These are great to include, especially as like a visual break from people and things, you know, making sure that you catch the things that you see throughout the week and objects. A rainy day. So today was thankfulness and gratitude. So a list of things I'm grateful for. 4x6s, our timesheet for the day, 4 2x3s. Here I didn't have enough photos to do, or at least they wouldn't fit to do a full 4 3x4s, so I just trimmed it down and used a 3x8 to do 2 up. Out to dinner with friends. Here's another way to use those wood veneer on top of one of the cards with a little, this is a stamped word phrase. Taking photos of your activity rings on your fitness monitor is a great thing to include. Love this photo. It's one of my most favorite photos I've ever taken of our pup doing her morning stretch, her downward dog on the steps when she comes down in the morning. So getting low on the, you know, this is putting my camera on the floor on the tripod and shooting sort of up to get an interesting angle. It does look like I continued with time stamping through a lot of this though, at least on some of the photos. Ducks on our walk. Modern conveniences, talking about technology and the role it plays in our lives. Again, another shot from the floor, looking up, just something different, another one. Again, did I need to include both of those? Probably not. This is the day that we were prepping our RV to get ready to sell it. Close up of food, my dog eating her breakfast. More journaling. Instead of a photo, more journaling there. Scenes from work. Our evening grocery pickup. Capturing the details, right? Our hands as we walk down the street during the day, all of our feet in the yard with Ruby at work, our evening, what that looks like. Screenshot or a photo. I used my husband's phone to take photos of my phone with different apps that I use. Saturday was two of our best friends' graduation from college, and so we and it's my husband's alma mater, and so that was super special and such a fun day. So that was a big highlight of our day, and it was my nephew's first birthday, so it was a very busy day. Love this photo of him, so cute. And so this day I focused on roots and sort of talking about the graduation ceremony and how much that means to us for lots of different reasons. Lunch, wrapping presents. My husband was seeing off the RV while I was on my way to the birthday party, and he was meeting me there later. Here I did a little bit of a reversal. Why did I do this way? I don't know. Maybe this is just wrong. So the details are on the back and the photos are on the front. More 3x4s. This is my sister, my sister-in-law, and my nephew. So all of his aunts together. Me taking a photo with my watch. That's how I do a lot of my self-timer photos from my tripod, and sort of capturing that as Ruby's looking at me, and then capturing all of us on the couch together. Medications that I take every day. All right, Sunday, this is our final day. Big up close photo. It's kind of blurry, but that's okay. I still love what it captures. This is our dog, and then her cousin pup, my sister's dog, having a play date together. More greenery, just sort of the sky and the leaves. And Sunday, my focus was right now. So things that are happening right now. And obviously this is all happening right now, but just really using that as a story lens, which is a theme I carried out way more in my 2019 album. Picture of our lunch, Ruby getting in the Jeep, the pups together at the water bowl. I don't know why I did these backwards this way. Oh well. Sunday, 3x4s, lots of dog photos. This was our first year with Ruby. And then a little mug. And then what I did this year that I saw, I think Amy Gretchen did this and I got that idea from her, is just a week in the life of like outtakes. So this is just 2x2 photos that don't really have any context. This is one of the week in the life packaging pieces, one of the stickers that comes on the packaging when you order your kit, and I just filled it in with 2x2 photos on the front and back. Things that just didn't make the cut for whatever reason. So that's a fun idea. May do that again this week or this year. So that is my 2018 album. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching.